Guys, it's your boy, Ibby Runs, Ibby Talks. I hope you guys are doing good. Hope you guys are doing blessed. If you can look around me, I'm around in nature. I can't lie, feels good. Feels so good being out in nature and just gathering peace, being around your peace, just gathering thoughts. Just feels so nice and clear. Obviously, today I want to speak about something, you know, that has, made me level up mentally from a negative situation. So unfortunately, the other week, you know, I got dismissed by my job over a silly situation that I can hold accountable for myself. But in my mind, the end was nyai to me. The end was nyai. I mean, it was close for my departure. I was planning on leaving my job. So it was just 2 weeks before I planned to leave my job. So it just tells you that the signs were there for me to, vacate or abduct from my job. So it is really something that, I need to do. And to be honest, when I was in that environment, you know, it really taught me about, really taught me about staying grounded, staying disciplined, and just focusing on what's ahead. Because look, at the end of the day, we get given difficult tasks in life. We get put in certain situations that we don't want to go through. But in order to grow and to be a better person, you have to go through that. And I feel like that's why I went through like the last 4 months with that job, because I've been hearing a lot of people get into the job. A lot of people in a job, they'll tend to leave. Some have been there for 10 years, 20 years, 5 years, God knows how long. And because look, it's not, I wouldn't say it's a pleasant job to be in. Yes, on the physical side, it's good to keep active and it's good to stay fit and healthy, but mentally, it will take a toll on you if you're not someone that frequently does exercises, if you're someone that frequently eats junk, if you're someone that doesn't take care of their health properly and just, smokes, drinks a lot and just does other things on the side. But for someone like me, I was able to, maintain my frame. I was able to stay fit and healthy. So the job was aligning to what I was doing, because obviously I run and I do the gym as well, but I mostly run as well. So for me, it was no issue with me. So every single day I got up, it wasn't really a challenge for me. It was just like, okay, cool. I'm on to the next mission. I'm on to the next mission. I'm on to the next mission. So it was a good routine to wake up 4, 5 in the morning to just be ready and be prepared for my work or my task at hand. So yeah, just a lot of things in that job, and just the conversations that I'll have with people. It'll be okay, but it'll be very small and linear in terms of football, just talking about things that ain't gonna get me to where I need to be. So it's like the more I keep consuming that, the more it's gonna wear me down in terms of, me getting to the next stage that I want to be in my life. And for me personally, when you are around those type of people, they don't look after themselves, they're not healthy, they've got bad hygiene or X, Y, Z, it really tells you that, all right, cool, this is just a temporary situation that I'm in. I am not, you are a product to your environment if you let it be. But at the same time, you can be a product to your environment, regardless if you want to set yourself free from your situation, because you're constantly consuming the information and being around their energies and things like that. So I feel like, the universe told me that was that time for me to go and just figure something out in my life and, do something better. And at this situation, at this moment of time, yes, I'm jobless, but at the same time, I feel blessed. I feel free. I feel strong. I feel healthy. I feel mighty. I feel righteous, So what you gotta understand is, like, I don't have you know, no nerve in myself in terms of, I don't feel angry, I don't feel salty, I don't feel petty, I don't feel sad, because look, at the end of the day, there's more opportunities out there for me to get a job or whatever. And to be honest, I'm not stressing about it. I'm blessed because obviously I do other things on the side as well that brings me in some income. So it's just one of those things there where, you know, nothing lasts forever. But at the end of the day, if you keep believing in yourself and trusting in God and trusting in the process, that's all you need. Because look, I'm not going to be a slave to nothing in terms of a slave to vices, a slave to money or whatever that's gonna get me to where I need to be. Because I used to have that mindset where I used to be infatuated with, oh, I need to make a certain amount of money, I need to be this, I need to be that. And I used to always put time on things, not knowing I was actually holding and setting myself back. Where as a person now is I look at things from a timeless perspective. Timeless in terms of, you know, just focus on the process and focus what's in front of you. I don't focus about how long it's going to take, how long it's going to last, but just keep going. As long as you're alive and you're breathing and you're looking after yourself and staying consistent, that's all that matters. Other than that, anything else does not matter. That's what you got to understand. So from what you can take from this video is that if you're going through a tough time, if you've been recently fired or you've lost your job, don't worry. Better times are coming. Better opportunities are coming. And in that spare time, when you are looking for a job, look after your health. Go out for a walk. Go out for a run. Go to the gym. If you can't go to the gym, find a park where you can do pull-ups, press-ups, sit-ups, you know, burpees or whatever. And just, you know, make yourself healthy. So when you're in the midst of others, in terms of you want to get interviewed for a job, people can look at you and be like, oh, cool. This is someone that looks after themselves. This is someone that's trustworthy. This is someone that shows up. This is someone that's consistent. This is someone that's responsible. That's what you got to understand. You know, if you're taking it away, doesn't matter what age you are watching this video. If you're going through a tough time, look, you're always going to overcome these difficulties. So that's what you got to need to know. So yeah, peace, guys.